And is it gonna show this?
Yeah. This is this is what's being showed.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it says live,
Yeah.
and now this is live. Let's just check whether everything works well. We're going to go to Gotham, Mass, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the live. Okay, it should be live right now. It is live. Now we know that everything's working. Let's go. This is 2024 state test, 7th grade. All right, so which expression is equivalent to this expression? So the first thing that we do the distributive property on both terms. So it's going to be 3.6x, and then 3.6 is going to be times -5, which is, we can do it in a calculator because, well, we're allowed to. Okay, minus 18, and then plus this times this times that. It's going to be 2.5x plus 2.5 times 4 is 10. And now we have to combine like terms. Like terms are 3.6x and 2.5x, which add up to 6.1x, and -18 and +10 add up to -8. This is it. The correct answer is B. All right, next question. I think you got this right. So we're moving on. The next one is for page 14. Page 14 was this question. All right, so let's go. Pat uses 2 and 5/8 cups of sugar for 3.5 batches of cookies. She uses the same amount of sugar for each batch of cookies baked. How much sugar in cups per batch does the Pat use to bake cookies? So we're going to create a proportion. Proportion is going to say that 2 and 5/8 sugar. We can actually make just a little s here, just that it says sugar. And it's going to be 3 and 1/2 batches of, let's say, cookies, right? C. And then they say, and then the question, that's what's important. Now there is a question. How much sugar in cups per batch, okay, does the Pat use to bake cookies? So basically for one, how many cups per one, like let's say per one batch. So under the batches, I'm gonna put 1 because that's what I want. I want 1 batch. And under the sugar, because they say how much sugar, so that's what I don't know. I don't know sugar. I know how many batches I need. I need 1 batch, but I don't know how much sugar it will be. Now I know what to do. Now I know what to divide and what to multiply. It's going to be this times this divided by what's across from x. Or in other words, 2.2 and 5/8 times 1 is 2.5 and 2 and 5/8, right? Times 1. And then divided by 3 and 1/2. All right, so in order to do that, that's a specific technique, right, that we have to do. What do? We convert first. 2 times 8, 16, plus 5 is going to be 21/8 divided by 6 plus 1, 7/2. Now we're going to do keep, change, flip, right? It's going to be 21/8 times 2/7. Here we can use like a butterfly method where we can reduce 2 and 8. 2 and 8 we can divide by 2. 2 will become 1, 8 will become 4. And 7 and 21 we can reduce. This will become 1. This will become 3. We divide by 7. Now we're going to have what? 3 times 1, which is 3. 4 times 1, which is 4.
What about if you do it without the reducement?
Then you will have 21 times 2, which is 42 over 8 times 7, 56. And then you have to reduce this fraction to its lowest terms. How do we do it? Well, you have to find the greatest common factor of 42 and 56, which is, well, it's not even 7. It's going to be 14. But let's say you don't know that it's 14. Let's say it's 7, right? Then what's going to happen? You can divide by 7 first. It's going to be 6 over 8, right? And then you say, hold on, 6 over 8, I can also reduce further, right? I can divide by 2, which will lead me to 3/4, which is this. Yeah, you can ask questions. Yeah. Okay. So in order not to do this, right? In order not to look for greatest common factor and reduce one time, then the second time, right? I can just do this right here and get 3/4 right away. That's the beauty of the butterfly method. Okay, the answer is 3/4. Okay, moving on. The next page was 16, I think. So this one. All right, so we have an inequality and the graph of the inequality. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to, just like when we solve equations, we're going to isolate our x term by getting rid of this non-x term, by subtracting it from both sides of the equation. -4, -4. Right? This goes away. This minus is still there. It belongs to the x, to the 4x, I mean. So it's -4x greater than 12. Now what do we have to do? 16 minus 4.
Oh.
And now we divide by -4. Because it's -4, it's not 4, it's -4 there. So it's going to be x, and since I divide by a negative, my sign has to flip, and it's a very important moment. This sign flips when we divide by a negative number.
Okay. Only by a negative?
Only by a negative, yes. And 12 divided by -4 is going to be -3. Now we have to look where x is less than -3. We have to locate -3. So C and D are wrong because those are 5s. You see this? 5, it starts with 5, wrong, right? So -3, -3. This, in this case, x is greater than -3 because these numbers are greater than -3. That doesn't work for us because ours is x is less than -3. Less is that way. These numbers are less than -3. That's why it's A. Okay? Moving on. This is too thick, actually. Okay. This. Okay, so this is just a technicality. That's what I call it. Like, it's just a technical knowledge. There's nothing, there's no thinking here. You know, like, in some questions you have to think of what do you need to do. You know, like, oh, maybe I have to do this, maybe I have to do that. You know, maybe I have to set up a proportion some way. Here, you don't think. Here is just doing.
Just straightforward.
Yeah, so first is multiplication by PEMDAS, and this is multiplication, right? So what are we going to do here? We're going to just straight up multiply. We're going to just straight up multiply 7 times 3 and 8 times 4, which is going to be, and it's negative and negative, which means positive when we multiply. So it's going to be 21 over 32. And then it's going to be this plus, right? So now we have to, well, it's going to be hard to actually get the right answer without converting 1 1/2 into an improper fraction. So let's do this. It's going to be 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 over 2 plus 21 over 32. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring them to the common denominator. I'm gonna make this 2 into a 32. How? By doing times
Times
16, 16. Okay, so it's going to be negative 48. This is going to be negative 48 over 32 plus 21 over 32. Negative 48 plus 21. If you're not unsure, you can do it on a calculator. No problem with that. Negative 41 plus negative 48 plus 21, which is negative 27 over 32. That's it. All right, the next was page number. There was something else. There was a page number. We didn't do this. We didn't do this. Oh, 20. It was 21 actually, I think.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, this one. Oh, 23. You're right. Okay, so 23. Let's do it. There are 140 students enrolled at the school. Of the students that are enrolled at the school, 3/4 play sports. Of the students that play sports, 1/7 are in the art club. How many students enrolled at the school both play sports and are in the art club? So first, we have to find 3/4 that play sports out of everyone. How? By doing 3/4 times 140. So 140 times 3/4 is going to be divided by 2. You see, again, I'm doing butterfly methods. It's 70, and then I can do it again. This is 1. This is 35. Now it's going to be 35 times 3, which is 105. So 105 play sports. And now, out of those 105, 1/7 are in the art club. So let's find what is 1/7 of 105 times 1/7. So it's going to be boom, boom, 1 and 15. 105 divided by 7, 15. 15 times 1 is 15. 15 is the answer. Because we just found 1/7 of those who play sports, those 15 people also do art. That's why the answer is B. Okay, this is relatively easy. 17 times 1/3 times x. We just multiply. It's going to be 17 over 3, just like you did, x minus 7 over 2x. And we just do them like we do any fraction. So this and this we're gonna do times 2 times 2. This and this we're gonna do times 3, which is going to be 34 over 6 x minus 21 over 6 x, which is
13.
Yes, 13 over 6x, and that's the answer. All right, so let me do one more page before we finish. The one that I want you to know for sure. Those are fractions. These are we don't. What do you think about this? Do you remember how this works?
Wait, 1 second. Oh, it's one? Yeah.
We did this.
About the first, yeah.
This is just fractions. Maybe this.
Yeah.
Okay, there are 2 movies shown in the theater. A total of 150 tickets were sold for the first movie, and 40% more tickets were sold for the second movie than for the first movie. If each ticket sold for $13.50, what is the total number of ticket sales in dollars for both movies? Okay, so if 150 tickets sold, that's that was the first, right? And 40 second movie is 40% more. So let's find what is that 40% out of that 150. So it's 150 times 0. Let's say 40, right?
Yeah.
Which is, we don't have to know it for sure. We do know it, but we don't have to. It's 60, so it's 60 more. They say more,
Yeah.
right? 60 more. I mean, 40% more, so 60 more. So on the second day, they did 150 plus 60, which is 210. All right, so now how many tickets were sold altogether? 150 on the, for the first plus 210 for the second, which is 360. And now each ticket was 1350.
So
All right, so 360 times 1350 will be 360 times 13.5. Boom. 4,860. All right, so now